choose life, even though life's a gift. I'm born to death, but you still born to grift. And me, I don't miss. Keep your flagship crypto trash. Be ready for the paradigm shift. The cold wallet seed, phrase magnifique. Liquidity pool, looking up at Diddy like Meek. One hand wash the other, both hands wash the face. In these DeFi streets, you best protect your cheeks. I'm from the planet Alawana. Had some jewelry for my wife to keep, cause I don't wanna pawn her. And after taking secrets from Victoria, I may wall upon her. Or we drink from the Casamiga, cause I'm a wall upon her. Bomi Bugetto, who never lies like Geppetto. I may rock some suspenders like Pinocchio in the ghetto. Look. Before I continue, man, a lot of y'all who've been in this space and been in this ecosystem came from arbitraging.co, Ether Chain, Tron Chain, T2X, Bankroll, all these DeFi things that have since just rugged the people, man, amount to nothing. And you fading Hex, Pulschain, Pulsex, and Ink. Man, it's a shame, man. You forgot where you came from, suffering from hubris and pride and ego. It is what it is, man. Some of us are holding true to what's real and what's going to take us to where we need to go. Pulsechain ecosystem, man. RH ecosystem. Pulsechain, Hex, Pulsex, and Ink. Nothing more to talk about, man. Peace. Oh, yeah. And one more thing. The greed factor. Don't be too greedy, man. Don't be too greedy, man. That could overcome you, man. That could definitely overcome you.
What the hex is going on, ladies and gentlemen?
What the hex is you guys talking about?
Good morning, you guys. When Bob's.
In the crypto world, there was a man named Hart fighting the SEC, a battle of the smart with Hex and Pulsechain. But he made his mark, but the SE came knocking with a mighty bark.
Because this is what the SEC does. The SEC, I think, is overmatched as a government agency, and you don't have to comment on that, but just nod your head. Utterly overmatched. So they go after groups, and then they can't really prove it in court, so then they're like, how about this? You give us a cut of your profit, and we'll all be done here.
The biggest winner, of course, was Hex, and we want to know, well, what the heck?
What the heck?
What the heck's happening?
What the hex? Wow, man, this is awkward now. I'm all alone. I'm all alone in the studio. How are you guys doing? Well, Papa B, I don't know if I can do this all lonely by my lonesome. Papa B's on a flight right now, so he can't stream. Toby called in sick. And Peter, I guess, overslept or something. I don't know, man. But the chat is here. You got Avalon in the house. First, good to see you. Hex on air first after Avalon. There you go. Sandy Beach is here. Sandy Beach said, have a great show. I'm also gone. Okay, nice. Red Squirrel with the oink oink. True Blue. Salute. Down Under crew checking in. Follow DeFi Down Under, you guys, on YouTube. It's a great show. Every Friday morning, my time is happy hour on a Friday for you guys. Pulsex, what the flex? No, Peter. Yes, Sandy Beach. Looks like it. Well, breaking news on this channel, on the What the Hex channel. We are now fully monetized. We are fully monetized on this channel after, years of grinding. So you can now throw in, there's two ways you can support us. You can throw in a super chat, or you can become a monthly member. And the membership is only $4.99. But wait, there is more. It's only $4.99. You pay more for a coffee these days. You go to a Starbucks, you get that pumpkin latte. You pay more for that. So it's $4.99. You get a What the Hex badge next to your name on YouTube. And you get all the RH Coin logos as YouTube emojis, which you can then type in the chat and possibly also in other people's channels. So that's very cool. And the thing is, of course, we're not looking to get your money. We are balling in Hex like that. So we've never done this for the money. We're not getting paid. But the thing is, though, and it's the same with the Twitch. On my Twitch channel, you can also throw tips and you can become a monthly subscriber at a small fee. Twitch and YouTube simply just promote those channels more on their landing page, on people's, timeline, on the browsing pages. They promote those channels more where money is being spent on. So that's just how it goes, because they take a cut of that, obviously. So we've got that going on now. But yeah, no pressure. It already means the world to us that you guys are tuning in every week. So Pulsechain, well, this is an AMA show now with Uncle Cryptomatic. Okay, we just lost 10 people. So if you got any question about Hex and Pulsechain, happy to answer them. Actually managed to help another Hexican this week to migrate from an old nano ledger, the clickety clack, where the display wasn't working anymore. But he had his seed phrases, so always keep your seed words in a safe place in storage. And with that, he bought a new ledger, the Nano S Plus, I believe it is. That's the one we say that works. It's compatible with the old Nano Ledger S. And so I helped him to migrate to the new hardware wallet. And guess what? It was all working and he could access his funds again. So if you got anything like that, I'm always happy to help. Let's do a quick weather report, shall we, about everything Hex and Pulsechain. So where are we? We're almost 5 years in. Oh wow, we got a new member. So Hex on Air, look at this. Hex on Air is the first YouTube member. So Hex on Air, you can test this now. You can test if you get the emojis, the Hex emojis, the Pulsechain emojis. And you should have, let me check on YouTube. You should have a What the Hex next to your name. Oh yes, it is there. You have a What the Hex logo, very, very small, but it's working next to your wrench. So that is pretty cool. Thank you for being our member. That's awesome. So you can, wow, there you go. Okay, I can't show it because StreamYard, of course, doesn't support it. But you guys on YouTube are seeing it. Briz, how you doing? I saw you on the other stream earlier with the Crypto Wonder. That was a fun one. Hex on Air simping to the DJ. No, it's not simping. It's supporting the cause. It's all for the algorithm. So there we go. Let's do a quick weather report, shall we? So interestingly, today the Pulsechain coins are pumping. Hex had a bit of a retracement, but I see Inc. and PulseX and Pulse doing a really nice run up. So we don't even have TA with Toby today. We have nothing for you guys. So it's TA with Uncle Cryptomatic. So if we zoom out here, this is P-Hex holding steady at 1.4. So it's not going down. This is very bullish. This is It's a wedge. It's a bull flag with a wedge. It's a bullish formation, I would say. No financial advice. We're not going down here. It's just looking for the next impulse, the next leg up, I would say. And we got the court case coming up on the 31st of October. Brooklyn, wear a suit. It's on Halloween, but don't come dressed as a pumpkin. It's on Halloween, right? So you want to wear a two-piece suit. Let me chat real quick. Yes, of course, supporting. One side sim for a DJ, one grooves with the DJ. Robert Brooker in the house. Good to see you. Man, the chat is live. Got 30 people watching. That's nice. So what else is there? It's not much going on, but the price is holding up. I'm quite happy with that. The validators are still validating. We're looking at 48,700 validators, so that has been fairly steady. Still 10% APR if you're validating. And then, of course, the bridge. This is the most beautiful thing about Pulsechain. You see all these other ecosystems throwing shades. Nobody has liquidity like we have. There's $112 million bridged in through various coins onto the chain. It's just a very liquid layer 1 blockchain. Out the gate, we're just barely a year old. And only 2 million sellers bridged out again. So that's what I really like. In terms of penalties, it's not much going on right now. This is like Hexo when he gave his daily updates in that first year. So bear with me, guys. Maybe we got some other guests joining. In the meantime, I'm doing my weather report. The Hex and stats chart. This is Apex Win. Hex continues to do what is doing. The T-shirt rate goes up. It's even higher on Pulsechain. No, it's not. It's higher on Ethereum. 37.9, 37.6, but very close. And as we kept saying, this is what we say by build to pump. It's in the code that the T-share rate goes up. That means today is always the best day to start a fresh Hex stake. And as time goes on, and this is what this curve here represents, it becomes harder and harder and harder to retain T-shares for the amount of Hex that you have to put in now in 2024 versus 2021 and 22. It's a big difference. I'm telling you, I've got annual stakes coming out, and then I want to restake them. And I always, just by restaking the principal from like a 3-year stake, and if I put the principal out Quattro Cinco from now on, I'm not getting even close the same amount of T-shares. It's like half. So I have to also put in stuff from, if I want to retain the amount of T-shares, it's not just the principal, so I have to put in also some of my interest that I earned just to retain that. And that's pretty impressive. And it's the same with the payout. It goes up ever so slightly, but we're now at 7.3 on the Ethereum side, 7.19 on Pulsechain daily payouts, and this is going up faster than I expect. You see, I'm in here since day one, staking since day one, and I made my calculations in the beginning where I would be at this time around, and I'm way higher with the amount of Hex that I have in my stakes than I thought we would be in 24. So with all the emergency and staking and the penalties, you see always these breakouts on the charts. Those were always these crazy days of whales unstaking or somebody getting hacked or whatever. And then we had these high payouts. So all I can say is that it's working as intended, and I have not lost any trust or belief in that system. There's a website here with Pulsechain charts. Oh my God, we got 36 people listening to my rantings here. Finbear is in the house. Got a joke from Finbear later on, possibly. Serious question, Brizology. Can I go to Richard's court case dressed as the Monopoly Man? Yes, you can. because that's a suit. And he has this like a pocket watch, in the side pocket. Do that, Briz. You're flying all the way over from California to the Big Apple for that. That would be nice to see. That would be dedication, Briz. One ideally grooves with the DJ. Yes. Finbear says, yes, you can. Academiciated. Good to see you. A top hat and tails with a hex top walking stick could suit you. Yeah, we don't want this to be all hex logoed out, Not wear a top hat with a big old hex logo. Just, or maybe not even a top hat. Just wear a suit, just a regular business suit. That would be nice. Texter in the house. Hey, that's my Norwegian friend. How you doing? So we get the hexicans trickling in. Where was I? Pulsechain charts. What I like about this picture here is that in the recent breakout that we had, which got everybody all excited, you can see that Hex is leading the way. So this is all Pulsechain, and you have the agenda down here. So Pulse, Pulse X, Inc. They're all really moving in tandem, but Hex had the big breakout. And this graph here gives you a very, very colorful picture of that breakout. So that's interesting to observe. We're very curious to see what's happening there. Overall, crypto markets. We're currently sitting at 2.29 trillion total crypto market cap. It's the big sideways. So waiting, everybody, I think the whole market is just waiting for that Trump, Kamala Harris decision. People need, the market is waiting for a direction in which way to go. I think that's why it's all the big sideways. The Bitcoin chart is just the perfect proof of that. This is sideways, even though we see volatility. It goes up 5K plus minus from one day to the next. It's still, if you zoom out, and we're zooming out here, it's been sideways since the all-time high of 72K here in March. Waiting for a decision. The Fed rates play a role with that. The interest rates, there was actually today an interest rate cut from the European Central Bank, the ECB. They reduced the interest rates by another 25 clicks. So maybe, I don't know when the next announcement is due for the Fed in the US, but that always plays a part in this. So this is going towards a positive quantitative easing direction, which is what we need. We need the money printers go brah, and we need a pro crypto election outcome, which, so I'm hearing, is possibly Donald Trump more so than the Democratic ticket, but we'll see. It's only, what is it, 17th today. So man, that's coming up fast. It's 2 more weeks, guys. And then we have a decision. I hope it all remains peaceful and nobody goes crazy. So Briz is packing the bags on the flight. Let me check chat. True Blue is still rocking with us. Must be late for you, man. I've been politically discussed out. I had to cleanse my mind with engine teardown videos. Yeah, or cat videos. That's also a good distraction. So as I was saying, Bitcoin. Oh yeah, and actually, this is something I also wanted to share on previous show. I never seemed to get to it. On the coin market cap, the site we all hate and love, they have this metric here, which is the coin market cap fear and greed index. And I recently noticed that you can actually trade on this thing. Like, this is a good indicator to watch. You see here, and it's also, they have this gauge, with the arrow going up and down on the front page. But here is like a summary of that. And when it's in this dark green, like it was here in March, so Bitcoin was at its all-time high in 72. And down here, in the extreme fear territory, it bottomed out at the 50K mark. So if you look for these green colors, might have been good pointers on where to get out and get back in. So I made a note to myself to watch this indicator a bit more going forward. So that's on CoinMarketCap. Don't panic in the house. Good to see you. All right. So Bitcoin, also Bitcoin hash rate. Bitcoin. We have to talk about Bitcoin. We always need to look at Bitcoin because that's still the main indicator of what's happening in broader crypto. Also, we've broken out a little bit now. It's trading at 67K, and hash rate is at its all-time high at the moment. And price follows hash rate. So depending on the election outcome, I really believe that we'll see either a giant move up or a terrible crash down if it's not the party in favor willing. And because of that pump recently, now 67K, also this logarithmic price prediction tool, which is weird, but it's kind of gives an idea of what's in store. Also predicts that if the current momentum keeps going, that we're looking at a few better numbers here. Also interesting, 170, 190K, and a top out with Richard Hart's prediction at 245. I believe that's what he said. So definitely in the cards, but it needs more to it, and it needs to perform. The stock to flow model is turning orange. We like to look at the stock to flow model on this show. It's turning orange, and orange with a sort of a little stick up here, we could really be on the cusp of a big breakout. And as we say, the stock to flow model always follows back to the line. There was a tweet, actually. Let me see if I have this here. Yes, here. There was this tweet where somebody said Plan B, is the author of the stock to flow model. Plan B is predicting $1 million Bitcoin this bull run. And then he responded, "No, I'm not. That is someone else's chart. But I predict a 500K Bitcoin." So, everybody is really bullish. The old school guys are bullish, so we should be bullish too for the future. We went through 3 years of drama, so it's about time for us all to see some green candles. The rainbow chart still sideways as it is after the halving. If you look at the recent halvings, it always had a period of sideways. So is nothing, as RG said, is nothing new under the sun. We just have to wait it out. Don't fumble the bag. And we'll see. Maybe we get a Santa Claus rally this December. The Jewish calendar, always one to look at. So you see here, now we're getting into the astrology side of things here. Man, we got 50 people watching. Smash the likes. So the Jewish calendar says that the year 2023 is the all-time low, which it was. And now we're on our way up to 2026. And we are right in the middle of this, 2024, 25, and we should top out somewhere around 25 and 26. Interesting, isn't it? And this thing has been around for centuries. And then we go back down again for the years 20, 31, 32 for a new bear cycle and that's great because that's where most of my stakes come out around this time. So I guess I can't sell them and have to hold on until the big boomerang in 2035. But hey, we'll see. Finbear. OG Mexicans are like that prisoner of war guy in the Tarantino movie. I had that hunk of metal up my keister for 3 years. Well,
I was just talking to a friend of mine, and he said that, dude, you really like your dark humor. And I was like, yeah, dark humor is like good food. Not everyone gets it.
that's a joke from Finbear. Where was I? Community sites that we like to showcase on the show. Of course, RH Max has his gorealdefi.com. So if you want to do anything in the Hex and Pulsechain ecosystem, whether it's you're looking for the bridge, you want to check what your farm on PulseX is doing, you want to stake your hex, because now everything has moved to the IPFS system. It's always safest, to check this website here, which has various mechanisms at the bottom where you can verify that you're actually on the correct page, and he constantly keeps them updated. So that's gorealdefi.com by our friend RH Max. The PulseTube website, we're trending on the PulseTube. And then earlier today, I don't know if you guys watched it, but Rags to Riches had the Jake Sharp interview on, the founder of Titan X. This guy over here. And I'm just so disappointed by this interview. I really am. I think there is just so much, a bit of a touchy topic, but I think there's just so much overlap in community between the Titan X crowd and Hex and Pulsechain. Most of Titan X's really are OG Hexicans, or came from himself. Jake Sharp is, he sacrificed for Pulsechain, as he admitted today in that interview, and so he's coming from our parts of the crypto space. And I really had high hopes for this interview, because I want both communities to come together and thrive and not have this rivalry, since so many people are the same people anyway. I always thought that was stupid. And this interview, but shout out to Rags to Riches. He really did a good job, but I thought this interview could be a turning point in that, and it could be a moment of healing and show point out some similarities, some things that we maybe both like, and how both communities can thrive and build something together. We got the Pulsar project coming up by Crypto Kool-Aid, who is a project that intermingles liquidity from the Titan X ecosystem with Pulsechain. But no, and Jake Sharp in this interview, I thought was very poor, just throwing shade at Richard Hart and all the time. You have to watch it yourself. And what I think is just unfounded criticisms, disgruntled stuff about how the sacrifice phases went, and I was just really, really disappointed. Throwing this legal stuff that he's got going on in a different light. I didn't agree with anything that he was saying regarding RH on that stream today. And Rex losing faith in Rex. No, Rex actually tried to navigate that very well, but he probably also didn't see that much hate and anger come. And I always wonder, why does it have to be like this? Why is that? Can't we all just get along? Can't we all just, try and be successful together, support each other? But no, I guess it's ego, it's jealousy. That's what Johnny Cares always keeps saying, that they're very jealous. It's actually a sample that I have running constantly on my DJ shows, that they're very jealous of Richard Hart's success and the community that he has built, this fantastic, thriving community. Still, after 3 years of bear market, we're still out here. We're still streaming. We still have green candle pumps going on. Hex works as it's intended on 2 chains now. And they are just jealous and trying to imitate, trying to rebuild. Now at the 1-year Titan X anniversary, they want to do like a Titan X online conference, like Maddie Allen's Hex conference. Just copy everything that we've got going on. But yeah, I really had high hopes for today, and I'm still a bit shaken by that because I didn't see that coming. I'm very disappointed, but it is what it is. Finbear, yes, unbelievable indeed. All right, what else do you want to say? Richard Hart, our supreme leader. I guess he is focusing on the legal case a lot, so not really has been tweeting much lately, just enjoying, the pumps, 25% cool, hex.com, he's watching the charts, but that's already old news. That is from 10 days ago. Also on the court docket, nothing new really. It's nothing new there. We really have to see how that plays out now on the 31st. I hope they don't move it again. That was one of the fears that I heard Wild SJ say the other day on a stream, that she fears that they might move the date again, but I hope not. So 31st of October, for now it stands. And one of the lawyers through Nuclear Herbs, who streamed with RG3 last night, I still have yet to watch that performance, which I'm pretty sure was a good stream. Check that out, Discourse Syndicate with RG3, Nuclear Herbs yesterday going over the court situation again. Yeah, and apparently through him, the message has been passed on that one of Richard Hart's lawyer's legal team expresses the desire that it would be good that Hexicans show up in court. So it was mentioned again. It's not anybody saying, please don't go, please don't come. No. They want the community there because that gives validity and real life, it's the real life thrills to the whole situation. But as we've kept saying, please use a court. Got to respect the court. And please dress up, business attire, wear a tie, and show up in a suit. Ladies, in your Chanel costume. Great talk between RG3 and Nuclear Herbs, says Metallic Elmo. Thanks for tuning in. Paul Sachs, if you don't have haters, you're not growing. Yeah, I guess so. But, man. Anyway, let's not get into that again. I was so disappointed. I'm so disappointed by many stuff that I'm seeing lately. It's just crazy. Some other things that I had found. This is maybe interesting for one or the other What the Hex crowd. The MIT, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. If you got some free time at your disposal, they are actually offering free online courses, which I thought was can be very useful. So if you want to pursue that, have a look at @mindfulmaven. That's a Twitter account who shared this. And it's all about computer science and programming in Python. That is handy. Introduction to computational thinking and data science, machine learning with Python, statistical courses, how to start, how to start up, how to launch a technology company in 6 steps, become an entrepreneur, like interesting topics, especially of this lovely new internet world that we now have. So if you want to look at that, and apparently they are free and everybody can sign up. So it's MIT, the Institute, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And then another tweet that I found very interesting. Hex on Air. I was angry. I was very angry earlier. I'm already coming down again, but it's not angry really. It's disappointing because we could all be better than that, and not throw shade at Richard Hart. These guys, nobody would be anything without Richard Hart. Yes, let's keep it a buck. Richard Hart made all of you guys, all of these founders. whether you were piggybacking on the success of Hex, and now you're able to launch your own coins and own projects. And Steph from Staker App, he says his own money and all that. Yes, and he's now launching his Ulti coin, or Ulti coin. Sounds a bit Swiss. But it's all because of the community, and because of Hex, and because of the things that they learned from Richard Hart too. So why not, why be disrespectful towards Richard? This is something I can never understand. But listen to the Crypto Wonder. Shout out to the Crypto Wonder. He can explain this stuff much better than I can. Here is an interesting tweet, and this he was talking about here. Is at Darshan. I'm just borrowing this now about the Switzerland mindset of how to become rich and how the Swiss people do it. Because for me, I'm from Germany, but for us in Europe, the Swiss are always, I don't know if anybody else from Europe can relate, but the Swiss are always a bit of a role model, like the hodl dog. That's how we want to be, and they are rich, and they earn a lot, and they pay not much tax. Although I have to say, like, living costs and groceries and stuff in Switzerland, it's crazy. You can pay $8-9 for a bottle of water in a supermarket. So it's very expensive living, but they only pay very little taxes. But here is the Switzerland mindset of how to become rich. Let's have a look at this. Maybe we can learn something from this. Switzerland has the world's largest percentage of millionaires. There you go. So how do they do it? Before we dive in, here's the lowdown. 15% of Swiss adults are millionaires. That's crazy. That's nearly double the rate of the USA. If you put it in perspective, 10%. And how are they doing it? And the first thing is to rent or to own. So almost 70% of people in Switzerland don't own their own house. They rent it. Germany, my country, is the same. We don't have houses like that. We rent. I personally think it's not smart. I want to build up something. I see that as an investment, as build-up of wealth. So I'm definitely going for a house, but it's definitely not the trend if you look at the whole country. So most people are renting. My parents, for their whole life, they've been renting. So owning your house is not a thing here around these parts. UK, totally different. In UK, is even more people own a house than renting. So they don't rent, so they don't make that giant investment. And the next step is they rent for life. They treat savings like a bill. So as soon as they get their monthly salary, they put 20 to 30%. They put that away in savings. So we, of course, would put it in crypto now, wouldn't we, guys? But they put it in some savings scheme or put it in a stock ETF or whatever. So but they do it automated. So it's not like I'm doing it. If I have something left at the end of the month, then I'm, putting it in crypto or whatever, or put it in a savings account. No, they do that right when they get it. So they can't spend it. So that's a special kind of mindset. And then instead of spending it on houses, they invest in themselves. The average Swiss spends 5 to 10% of their income on education and skills, and also not chasing degrees, as it says here. They're after specific high-value skills, like languages or tech skills or financial literacy, like maybe how to trade or something. Yeah. So this is interesting. And then the multi-bank strategy. So they don't just deal with one bank. They have 3 or 5 different bank accounts. So they have a regular bank for all their day-to-day transaction, the shopping. They have another bank for wealth management. They have an international bank for foreign currency stuff. So setup, not all eggs in one basket. Different banks, different strengths. That's what they say. And stealth wealth. That's good advice. So you don't see Swiss millionaires flaunting designer logos or exotic cars. They live below their means and reinvest the difference. So it's not about hex flexing. It's about keeping it low key. And what does it say here? It's about delayed gratification. Ha! Heard that before? And I think it's the last one. I don't want to bore you with this, but I just found it so interesting. The global citizen approach. So as soon as they can, they are trying to get residency and passports and citizenships in other countries because it opens more financial opportunities and tax optimization. So Switzerland doesn't have many tax agreements around the world as Germany. Germany is like tax agreement with almost everybody, but the Swiss don't. So of course there can be money optimization opportunities with different passports. The Swiss aren't after get rich quick schemes. They are building generational wealth like that. And perhaps the biggest lesson of all, true wealth isn't about making money. It's about keeping and growing it. There you go. So let's recap. Automate your savings. Live below your means. This sounds like a Richard Hart stream. Invest in high-value skills. Think long-term and globally. Diversify across banks and borders. Let's check chat. Briz, yes sir. We align. I think, Briz. We have a similar view on things most times. True Blue. Let's check chat. It's a free world, but good to remember where you come from or how you got where you got. Yes. Finbear the Nazi go. Yes, the Swiss. Oh, where does all this jewelry and gold come from? 1945. Ferries must have brought it in the night. Let's keep that in our bank vaults. Yeah, that's of course a bit of shady story. So a lot of the gold that has been taken from the Jewish people went to Switzerland. It's just a rumor, though. I wouldn't know this for sure. Buying property is for poor people who need that money back. Rich people rent. Yes. Rent is the best. What was the saying? If it drives, flies, floats, or fucks, you should rent it. Sorry to the ladies. Mackenzie, good to see you. Rent is best. Owning doesn't make sense until you sell the first time. Then you get all that money back and equity. There you go. Pay yourself first. Practice fiscal retention. Yes, sir. If I move to Switzerland, do I get a complimentary HVIT? No, because she's from Denmark. She is indeed from Denmark. Hex Glenn, thanks for checking in. So that is how you do it the Swiss way. All right, what else? What else do I have? This is a German guy, a German... is that chiropractor? Is that how you pronounce it? For animals. Check this out. Can you hear the sound? Does it have sound? No sound. Okay, hold on. This is only funny with sound. Let me check. Let me reshare. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Stop screen. Present. Share screen. All right, let me try again. Let me know if you guys hear the sound.
Okay, ist gut.
Like he ranks in the bones.
Gut. Ja. Alles gut. Alles gut. Hat wie?
But I just find it amazing how the dogs look so happy after it's fixed. You don't think it's real? Maybe it's not real. I don't know. We've got Lexi Rose checking in. Inbox me. Yes. Now I've got all the supermodels following me on the X. That's awesome. All right. In other news, this will be bullish. Once it goes live. This is a BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF that's about to launch. So it's different from the ETF that they already have, because this is for options trading. So, it's that real degen stuff that we are now getting in crypto too. And then also Visa, the credit card company, launches a platform to test tokenized assets and smart contracts. That's very bullish too. So it's big money coming in, you guys. Gotta hold on. Let me see. I had this one too here. This is now this is somewhere in South America. McDonald's is accepting Bitcoin now.
¿Cómo se paga, mi amor? En esta ¿cómo se paga, María? Así se paga. Listo.
Procesando pago. So I don't know if you then have to wait 10 minutes as well before they process your order, how that's working, but it's a signal. It's coming, guys. This will, few years down the line, this will be everywhere on the planet. New community projects that are coming out. It's not an endorsement, but I just stumbled across this recently. This is called Vouch. This is did you just pay $30 for a Bitcoin for the transaction, probably, to do that? But no, hey, they got the ordinals now, so it's all liquid side chains, This is a project called Vouch LSD. Also has its own token, I think. But what this is a virtual validator system. So if you don't want to buy the expensive validator from David Feeder, although it's not that expensive, but if you don't want the hassle and the drama and you want someone else run a validator for you, then this is a project to watch. It's called Vouch, and our guy from the Down Under Hexicans, Jaxa, is the lead dev and part of this whole project. So I will definitely pay attention what's going on there. And my understanding was really that you have to stake. That's right, Rex Squirrel. Jaxa is the guy, and that you have to stake your Pulsechain, and then you can be part of a virtual validator and support the system without having to run the hardware yourself. So that is interesting. I don't know when they're going to launch, but watch out for that. For now, there is a Telegram going on. Then this is a new educational website. It's called We Heard Hex. The URL is hexucation.com. So this is more for the beginners and new people coming to the space and the ecosystem. Everything explains really everything about Hex and Pulsechain. I believe they also sell a beginner's course or something. But that's always nice to see something new. This is a website called pulsebubbles.net. So we have our own bubbles now. So all the coins that are on the Pulse chain in the form of bubbles. So we have that just for us. This is not the crypto that Crypto Man ran for all of crypto always talks about. This is just for Pulse chain. And the URL is called pulsebubbles.net. This is new. And there's also this website featuring the Hex community. The URL is pulsechain.community, and it has links to all the apps. Of course, at the top here, you've got the main Hex, Pulsechain, PulseX, the ink farms, and then popular websites, the gopulse.com, Hex Scout. Of course, we always push the Hex Scout. That's the easiest to get your onboards familiar with Hex. Dex Screener with all the charts. So all the apps and things that you can use are on the first page. Really all the product. We got so much going on, as well as the Internet Money by KGB, all that stuff is here. The Hedron ecosystem has its own tab. And then also at the top, if you go back, so again, that's pulsechain.community, and you can click on creators, and it has all your favorite pinheads, all the talking heads that we have in the ecosystem, all listed on here. The Huddle Dog, the Gary's here, RG3. I'm on there too, which is crazy. Papa B is not on there, which probably makes him very mad. But Toby is here, TA with Toby, sending speedy recovery vibes to Toby if you're watching. So I hope you get well soon. So all the YouTube channels are here, and also the Tangang stuff, the NFT artists. So this is quite comprehensive. Once again, pulsechain.community. Have a look. Oh, there he is. Yeah, everybody's left me hanging, Toby. Everybody left me hanging, but we made it through. I'm really trying. I'm giving it my best shot. I've never done this all by myself for an hour, just ranting, hamster ranting for an hour, but we're pushing through. It's happening. Cuffing my head off. Yes, sir. Yeah, that's never good. So hope you're getting well soon. The TA update. Everything is consolidating, chopping sideways. That's exactly what I said. So that is TA without Toby.
TA without Toby.
Last piece of news. Did you guys hear about this? The FBI did a fake token sting operation. This is really crazy. So if you're telling me the SEC doesn't know about crypto and how this works, don't fall for it, guys. So the FBI has really set up a fake meme coin operation, and it looked really legit, with website and founders and program. Then they launched the token. It's out there. I don't know on which blockchain, but it's out there, and trying to lure scammers and fraudsters and fake guys within that crypto to catch criminals, basically. So it's a very interesting concept, but at the same time, it's really weird too. So on the other hand, it shows you that they are watching. They are watching the space. They see what's going on here. Also, this I found absolutely crazy. An 86-year-old lawyer has been jailed for a multi-million-dollar crypto fraud. Like he must have run the operation from the old folks home, from the cafeteria or something. Absolutely crazy. So somebody that's 86, runs a crypto scam. That's pretty crazy. Speaking of TA, I have another Bitcoin prediction that I found, which is what I really like. So doing TA without Toby, have a look at this. We're doing TA with Gerd van Lagen. Shout out to you. Follow him on the X. Once Bitcoin breaks out of base 4, so this is where we are here now. Remember Cabana, when he was on the show 2-3 weeks ago, he called this the megaphone, the bullhorn, or whatever this is, he said, this base 4 formation. A bear trap, we've seen that bear trap. That was the 50K, bottom wick here. I believe that. And he drew this parabola. And he says, once we break out of this, we do an Elliott wave move. We are currently in wave 2 already, and this could take us to wave 3. This is no financial advice, you guys. Let me put the disclaimer on, Jesus Christ. But I so believe in this move. It's too small. Can you see this? To 130K Bitcoin breakout with a bull trap. This is what we call a bull trap in the business. Back to 100K, and then make another crazy spike up to exactly Richard Hart's prediction around the 240-250K top, like a blowout top. And then he says, then the world drops into a recession and Bitcoin drops back down to 10K, 1K to 10K, which he calls the shakeout of the century. How about that? Briss says, how come not a single Hexagon or Pulschain knew about the FBI coin? Exactly. Because probably they've been on Solana or something. So that's why we can say, everybody with me, Hex users not affected. Thank you very much. So yeah, that's what's happening with Bitcoin, and I believe it's possible. Ben Sierra is checking on the BankX limit orders. They've really been holding us back on the Ethereum side of Hex. Does BankX still have 500 million Hex on Ethereum and Pulsechain? According to my quick research, it has 100 million liquid on Ethereum and 400 million in a 9mm V3 position. So, yeah, well, that's still combined 500 million Hex. So that's the last we knew as well. So nothing has really changed, but only 400 million left in limit orders. So they've been gradually selling their stack down ever so slightly. And Donovan, that's really my last one. Donovan also had a PHEX TA chart, which I thought looks interesting. Do you see this? This was the recent PHEX breakout to the $1.90, almost 1 cent 90, almost crashed the 2 cent mark. And he draws a very long triangle here with the 3 breakouts as tops ever since the launch of Pulsechain. Now, I don't know if this does really count because the initial, the bridge didn't work in the first 3 days. So I don't know if this can actually count as actual chart or TA, but it definitely is in the chart. So he says we have these 3 touch points here at the bottom, and we're now moving back towards a penny, the buy zone. I don't know. I don't think we go that low, but that's what he's looking at. So once we break out of this triangle top here, I guess, then the world is your oyster. Well, so here we are. That's all I have for you. Please join me on Twitch. Follow my Twitch, everybody. That's twitch.tv/DJ_Cryptomatic. This Saturday, I'm joining a raid train. I'm actually opening up the raid train, so it will be 11 o'clock in the morning Central European time on Twitch. That's very early morning hours for the Americans. So if you're up Saturday morning, early hours, please come through. I think I'll have it on Twitch too, but it counts always more. Sorry, on the X, but it always counts more on the Twitch. And this is an all-German raid train. It goes the whole day. And the key here is that Nachtfalke TV, he is a very famous German radio personality, like really big time. You know, he did on many stations, actual radio stations. He had these late night talk shows where people could ring up and then tell him what's on their minds, you know, like love stories and political stuff and all that. So, and he, you know, is a very famous voice basically on the radio in Germany. And he retired from radio, but still does his Twitch channel where he does a similar thing, but is more interacting with the chat and reading what people are saying. But he's very famous in Germany. We became friends through Twitch, but I of course knew him from the 90s from his radio time, and that is an absolute honor for me to be on a raid train together with him. So Hexicans, if you are around Saturday morning, please come through. And Wookie says, more famous than me, way more famous. I'm a nobody. I'm a nobody on Twitch, even though we are all here. All the guys you see on this one are in the top 1% of live streamers on Twitch. So that's pretty cool setup. And I'm doing 80s pop and wave. So it's going to be a lot of Depeche Mode and you know, Pet Shop Boys and all that stuff from the 80s. But they're going to be, because of the others, they're also sending their viewers over to my channel. So there'll be a bunch of new people that we can promote the Hex and Pulsechain ecosystem to, which is all the reasoning why we are doing the shows on Twitch a couple of times a week. And this show, What the Hex? Today, the solo with Uncle Cryptomatic, Tam checking in. Good to see you, Avalon. Yes, Avalon always supporting on Twitch. That's right. So thanks everybody for watching. This was weird. This is like 1 hour ranting, right? I've never done this before. I hope I don't have to do this soon again. But thank you for bearing with me. Shout out to the replay gang on the X. I see you guys. Hex postcards. If you watch last week's episode with EcoBuilder, he's still looking for feedback. You know, leave some comments, engage, leave some comments underneath the stream. They still need some direction, or they'd like direction from the community, like to know in which way the postcard, which you guys think the postcards work best, or how they should be sent out with the funds that they currently have. I think they have like $8,000-9,000 in their war chest at the moment, so that's a lot of postcards to be sent out. So if you check back last week's stream with EcoBuilder and Peter, leave a comment underneath. Just comment, get involved, engage. I see you guys on the next one. Papa B will be back definitely next week. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. What the hex? Where's my outro? Outro.